Good morning.
In the city of far, far away, where everybody lived harmoniously, was being invaded by a disease called Red Death. The prince was very worried about his land, so he sent letters to all of his courtiers, inviting them to a party that would happen in his castle. There was a lot of food, drinks, music and dance in this party with the intention of forgetting about the Red Death.
Finally came the big party's day, a mass. Before everybody began the party, the prince called the attention of all people and said,
"Welcome everybody. I want you to forget about the Red Death. This disease is out of this castle walls. I don't want you to think about the Red Death. I don't want to hear about the Red Death, and I don't want to see the Red Death. Okay? So I want you to enjoy this party the most you can. Thank you."
In the castle there were 7 special rooms. Each one had a window in a different color. Outside the windows at night there was fire burning. The first one was blue as the sky. The second was purple as wine. The third was green like a leaf. The fourth was orange like the sunset. The fifth was white as snow. The sixth was violet like the violet. The seventh was black like the night, but with a red window and an old clock on the wall.
It was a really old clock, but it worked very well. It rang every time that completed an hour. And every time that it happened, everybody stops everything they were doing and heard it. The people were always scared of it and held their hands in front of their faces, but when the bells had stopped, they got back to the party.
Push it. Push it. Keep it pushing. Push it. Push it. Push it. Keep pushing.
Prince Prosper was very pleased, because it was the best mask he ever did. The courtiers had a lot of fun.
The party was great. All the guests had entered the rooms, unless the seventh, which has the window with blue color and the old clock. Finally was midnight. Everybody stopped to hear the 12 rings of the bell. Suddenly appeared a stranger with a white gown covered with blood, very frightening.
Prince Prosper wasn't pleased with this, because he didn't want to remember the Red Death.
Who had come wearing a mask that reminds us of the Red Death?
The prince yells.
Get him! Get him!
But the people were afraid, because his nasty mask could maybe don't exist, and maybe he was with signs of the disease.
I said get him!
The prince followed the stranger in each room, and when they got the last room, the man with the Red Death mask stayed in the door. The light went over him, and the clock, and when the prince was going to kill him, Prince Prosper cried out in pain and died by the stranger of the Red Death mask. And all the people who were in the castle died too. Our floor was covered with blood, and now the castle is ruled by the Red Death.